Hey, what is up, YouTube Nation? 10Dog92 signing back on for another NASCAR Diecast review. This time is on the 2024 1/24 scale HendrickCars.com, the Ruby Red edition, the non-raced version. But he did run it at Martinsville Speedway in the spring here in 2024. I say the non-race version because I usually buy raced versions. It has to be a very special occasion that I don't. I just buy like the clean version, you know, if that makes sense. But this is a special occasion. So Hendrick Motorsports is celebrating 40 years this year in 2024, and in at the Martinsville Spring Race, all of Hendrick's 4 cars, they had this similar style paint scheme with the ruby red colors. And Kyle Larson, out of the 4 of them, Kyle Larson is one of my drivers. So of course I got this car. I do have to look online if they're producing the raced version. I might get that. I don't remember if I looked or whatever, but that's besides the point. So I say this one's special because you guys can see, usually when I do a review, they're already off a base and everything. Well, this one's not off the base. This one is the first of its kind on here on the channel. This is the new line of Premier Elite editions of the 1/24 scales that they came out with this year. And they only do 100 of them. Lionel only does 100 of them. And if not enough orders come in, then they just get canned. Now, of course, there's 100 of these ones out there, and I got DIN number 82. I don't have the paper handy on me, but I'll show you guys. For right now, I'm keeping this car on its base. I might change my mind and put it in my regular case. But there it is, DIN number 82. And you might ask yourself, well, what's so much different about this one? If you guys haven't paid attention and knew about the Premier Elite editions coming out. So, the Premier Elite editions, it says Elite Premier Edition, but I say Premier Elite, whatever. This sounds better. These ones have a lot more detail on the cars. It comes in a fancier box. I got 2 cars in yesterday for the big scale, and I was like, why didn't they just ship it in one box? And it made sense why they did it now, because this one came in a bigger one. So the under the hood has more detail. The trunk actually has more detail. It's on this fancier base. And like I said, for right now, it's not going in my big case. It is staying in it comes in a, like, pretty much a big plastic hard shell. Like, this thing it reminds me of the, when I was younger, and I couldn't afford diecasts. You know, I always had to wait till I was older. Well, now I'm older and I have over close to 80 or whatever. That guy is flying down our road. Bob's Furniture. So anyway, you guys can see I just added this. This is the case that, like, the shell it comes in. And obviously it bolts down. Well, not bolts, but it clips down there to the sides. But, and then you can just lift it up and it keeps it protected. So it's nice. It also came with a cleaning cloth. But it's not going in my case for right now because I'm keeping it above my 1/18 scale cars. I have 2 Indy cars and a pace car. For the pace car, I don't know if I ever did the pace car here on the channel. I have to look. But the pace car I have is a 1/18 scale, and it's a diecast of the local racetrack that is no longer, that closed in 2001. And when I saw that car be on pre-order, I was like, there's no way. And then I had to look online, and I was like, yeah, this is the exact car. So considering where I live in New Jersey, I'm not like near, well, I'm near busier areas than my town, but like my area isn't. It's not like a big city, you know, and so I was very excited to see that pace car be made. But going back to this, I will go over it, and then I'll show you guys the better detail. I think it's worth the money. People were complaining about the price, but you get what you pay for. On the front here, you got HendrickCars.com. It's pretty much the same paint scheme, except there's red added to it. So it looks really cool. And this is called the Ruby Red, but I call it Candy Apple Red. It's really pretty. You got Larson's name on the window banner there. Chevrolet bow tie. Down the side here, we have the NASCAR Cup Series, Goodyear's logo, Elite Premier Edition, and I was saying Premier Elite. I think what I say sounds better, but whatever. Just rolls off the tongue better. You got the 5, and then HendrickCars.com down the side, obviously. Kyle Larson's name written out above the window net. Chevrolet. The 5 number on the roof. Hiring technicians, or hiring techs, it just says, and then Larson on the back window. Hiring technicians. If you hear me pause, I'm moving the car around. I'm also watching a TV show on my TV here. It's just on mute, so you guys can't hear anything. There's his last name again, Larson, obviously. You got the DIN number that I showed you guys earlier, number 82. The 40th anniversary logo for Hendrick Motorsports. You got HendrickCars.com, 5 Camaro, Valvoline. And let me go around to the hold on. Let me go around to the other side. I was switching my episode on my channel, or my show I'm watching, because it like just ended, and sometimes it doesn't go right to the next episode. Down the side here, you got the same as the previous side, because it is a it's a clean version, I guess you can call it. So there's some detail on the inside of the car, because there's no window net, I believe. Oh, there is a window net. It's just really clear. Or window, I should say. And I'll put the trunk up for you guys. There we go. There's the trunk. Let me try and get the hood up. I got the hood up yesterday a couple times, so it's not that bad. It's actually nice having it on this base, actually. I mean, it's large and bulky, but it just brings me back to the vibes of late 90s and early 2000s when they were on the base like this style. So yeah, here's the hood detail, a little more detail than the regular Elites that they've been selling. And then you got your standard stuff on the top there. And you got the tethers. The tethers for the for the hood is what's different, and obviously there's more detail in the engine. So I think it looks good, and you get what you pay for sure. Is it more money than the regular Elites? Yes. Did they? I noticed they Lionel revamped their pricing and just what they make recently, because I believe if you get a standard Elite version, it's cheaper now than what it was last year. There's all the tethers and the inside the fuel cell. You can definitely see a little better inside there with this version compared to the other Elites. That's not the Premier Elite, but like I said, you get what you pay for. I pre-ordered actually. I pre-ordered a couple of cars earlier this year, and the one I remember was cheaper than the other one because I guess because it wasn't a raced win version. I just thought it was. I mean, I took it. You know, I wasn't gonna complain, but you get what you pay for. Would I get these Premier Elite editions on every? Because it looks like they're trying to do it for like every car now, like every paint scheme and then every race win. I could be wrong, but it looks that way. Would I get these on every order, every pre-order? No, because I would. That's crazy. This I would make an exception for the Premier Elite editions. So this was Hendrick's 40th anniversary car, special car. I mean, who knows? They could be running another one later this year, but I doubt it. And I believe they finished 1, 2, 3 with the Hendrick cars, so that was cool. It was William Byron won, Larson got second with this exact car, and Chase got third, I believe. So there's that added value and meaningfulness to the car. But I would only get this car if it was an anniversary edition for the team, like this is, obviously, and then probably the Daytona 500. And that's about it. If they do it for, I think they did it for Byron this year, the Premier Elites. I could be wrong. But if one of my drivers wins down the road in a future Daytona 500 and they offer this car, this version, I will probably get this version. So yeah, that is my review on the 2024 1/24 scale NASCAR diecast for Kyle Larson's Ruby Red 40th anniversary HendrickCars.com Chevrolet Camaro he raced at Martinsville Speedway earlier this year in the spring race. I hope you guys enjoyed this diecast review. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, turn the little bell on for every time in the future I upload a video. You guys will get notified. Peace, guys. Have a good one.